Welcome to Real Life Investing. This is Al. Looking forward to talking to you guys on today. Let's go ahead and we're going to talk a little bit about Cronos. We're going to crypto.com, also known as. We're going to circle back to this one. I know that just recently talked about this, but we got a nice little opportunity. Anytime we see an opportunity, we'll want to hit while the iron is hot. It's almost like having a boxer in rhythm. Once you're in rhythm and you know where to strike, and you're doing well, you're getting that hit in, and then you're all of a sudden you're in such a rhythm that you can't be stopped. So this is what I want to talk about today. Let's set the scene a little bit. Once again, talk about the Bitcoin price being at 83,963. So that should be interesting. One thing that we can always say about Bitcoin, we know it's going up. So guys, just a heads up, if you got the opportunity to buy it while it's under 100,000, that's still a great opportunity. Don't forget that. Ethereum is going to be at 1,800. Let's move a little bit on this one. One other thing I wanted to mention before we jumped into crypto.com, Cronos, is Avalanche. Notice Avalanche is under 20 bucks. Anytime you can accumulate Avalanche under 20, just a heads up if that's another coin that you're interested in. Sooner or later, Avalanche is going to be jumping up, but right now it's going to stay down for a little while. So I would accumulate that one as well. Just a little bit of a heads up on that. Bitcoin dominance is going to be at 62%. Ethereum is at 8.2. Others is going to be at 29.9. So just a little bit of thought on that. Let's go ahead and jump into Cronos and talk a little bit. Notice right here, guys, what I want to really quickly talk to you about is Cronos has gone below 10 cents again. Anytime Cronos goes below 10 cents, it's an excellent time to scoop it up. So just a little bit of a thought on that. Do not forget that really, in my opinion, the market cap is really low at 2.9, no, not 2.9, but 2.848 billion. Volume is down. That's okay. Total supply and the max supply, it's not really something that we are too worried about. One thing we can always say about crypto.com, we haven't really had to worry about any major issues with any type of inflation problems. But I know there was like this certain thing that happened, how can I say, not too long ago where they brought back some more coins into circulation. But what can you do? Guys, I want to tell you something. Some of these crypto companies are so powerful that they just do whatever they deem fit. And if you want to join the ride, you can. If you don't, you don't. But we know that a lot of great things are happening with crypto.com. We also know that the SEC has called off the dogs, and now crypto.com is able to do more. And in this particular video that we have right now, I'm just going to be talking about some of the opportunities that have opened up because of the fact that the SEC is finally leaving these guys alone, who basically at that particular time had done nothing except try to make money just like any other people, as far as I know of. Remember, none of what I say on the channel is financial advice. Don't claim to be perfect or anything of that nature, but just my opinion on the matters at the moment. So let's just go ahead and start looking at some of these things that are going on. Like I said, the price is, let me see, 7-day. Oh, not down by much at all, guys. And let me see, 1 month, over 1 month up 5%. That's not bad. 1 year, let's see. I'm interested. Okay, down over the year. I'm excited about this. Now that we know that we're down over the year, that means we got a lot of room to accumulate. So, guys, my personal opinion is make sure that you accumulate under 10 cents. So now this down to the 9, we're definitely going to be getting back into there. We also had talked about earlier about how that this was going to be one of the coins chosen for the reserve currency. One of the things we want to say for sure, we know this is a coin that is very popular. Also, you still have crypto.com arena. So in Los Angeles. So you got a lot of great things going on with crypto.com. That is not going to stop. So let's just go ahead and talk about some different things that are going on. Got some new news. Take a look right here. This is, let me make sure I give credit to where credit is due with this one. Trying to see if I can get the name of the company once again here. Give me 1 second. I forget what the name of this one was. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. Oh yeah, this is TradingView. My bad. TradingView. So this is TradingView, and this is the information that they're giving out. They're talking about Crypto.com enables PayPal payments for crypto purchases in EU. So it says Crypto.com has announced that EU users now fund crypto purchases directly through PayPal. According to the company, the integration claims to simplify the process for millions of European customers looking to enter and expand into the crypto space, bridging the gap between traditional finance and digital assets. So this is going to do a lot of great good for Europe. So it says bringing crypto closer to everyday users. The new feature allows Crypto.com users in the EU to purchase cryptocurrencies with their PayPal accounts. By doing so, the company aims to reduce friction for users who may be hesitant to link a bank account or use a credit card. And I know there are a lot of people that are like that. So, and nothing wrong with that, in particular. So they're allowing people to use their PayPal to fund purchase of crypto instead of using the banks. So that's really good. That's good for Europe. I think it's already going on in the United States. So just a thought on that. Very, very good addition. And this is going to bring a lot of more liquidity, a lot more money into crypto.com. So just a thought for that. That one thing alone is going to be a blessing for those guys. Let's see. Got another one too. Some good news here. Sony Electronics, Singapore says accepts USD payments through crypto.com. So Sony Electronics Singapore is partnering with crypto.com to ensure USDC payments, highlighting a growing trend of stablecoin adoption in the region. Very good. Okay, so just a little bit of thought with that. So you can now, it says, use this. It says the online store of a Singapore-based subsidiary of Japanese tech behemoth Sony is now accepting USDC payments through crypto.com. So let me just read this little quote and keep it moving here. It says, we're pushing to make paying in crypto more mainstream and partnering with a well-established and forward-thinking brand like Sony Electronics Singapore further raises awareness of how simple it can be to pay for everyday goods and services using crypto. In other words, they're getting people lined up to, how can I say, get in the crypto space and become more productive in that area. So I think this is really, really good information. So crypto.com is definitely branching out. I'm just going to read this a little bit and I'm going to let this go. Says the Sony subsidiary is not the only high profile partnership crypto.com is involved in. At the end of 2024, the first, the mobile first crypto exchange partnered with Deutsche Bank to provide corporate banking services across Asian Pacific markets, covering regions such as Singapore, Australia, and Hong Kong. So, boom, crypto.com is really growing by leaps and bounds. All right, a little bit more information here. This is information in general. This is from Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase. He found this information from the Watcher.guru. And the Watcher.guru said just in, SEC declares fully reserved liquid dollar-backed crypto stablecoins are not securities. Okay, so good. We got a little bit of clarity, thank goodness. It appears that what the SEC and what the Trump administration is doing, or at least the people who are in charge of the cryptocurrency accounts, they're actually taking the information. They're starting with stable coins. And what I think that they're doing, they're going to start with stable coins as far as like give the clarity of the stable coins. And then they're going to branch their way out to the other coins. So that appears to be what they're saying. And right now they're saying that dollar-backed crypto stable coins are not securities. At least we got some clarity. We've been waiting on something. Thank goodness we have a little bit of information. So let's just keep it moving a little bit more. Got a little bit more crypto.com information. There's going to be some AVAX flash rewards available. So 10% PA rewards for AVAX with crypto earned. So just a heads up, it says allocate up to 230 AVAX and don't miss your chance to get high rewards. I think there's also another little bit of information here on this. me see what we got. Something about, let me see if I can find, sports. Oh, so crypto.com sports also has some nice information here and says, so US users, new events have arrived for crypto.com. Of course, sports is huge in America. It says profit by correctly predicting the outcome of head-to-head matches for pro hockey conference championships, pro hoops conference championships, drivers and constructors championships, and the Augusta Golf Champions. So there's a lot of nice opportunities on crypto.com. Let's see, might have one more bit of information. No, I think we're good to go. But this is the great thing that we see right now, guys. Crypto.com is expanding, it's growing all throughout the world, not just in the United States, not just in Europe, not just in certain areas, but everywhere. Not just in Singapore, but everywhere. So just a heads up on this. While this thing is below 10 cents, scoop it up. It's just going to be like a nice little rhythm. You just get that scoop, scoop, and then once things really come to fruition and things really start taking off, because all of this trade war stuff and all this ridiculousness will soon end. It might not end right away, but there will be some type of stability. Even if we have a bad situation, the markets will respond to a bad situation that is consistent. So sooner or later, we're going to see a movement to the upside. Even if it is all bad news, there is going to be a movement to the upside. Why? Because it's going to be stable bad news. But anyways, let's go ahead and let you guys have a great one. Anyways, this is Al with Real Life Investing, and make sure you keep investing. Invest in the good stuff, though. Make sure that you invest in the good stuff. And part of the surefire winners right now is crypto.com, also known as Cronos, also known as Crow, CRO. But anyways, make sure you get this done. Right, like I said, make sure that you go with the solid winners, and crypto.com, Cronos is a winner.
Please share, like, comment, and subscribe to Real Life Investing. And thank you for watching.